Thank you for your time. Thank you for the very kind invite today. First time I've spoken at an ILC conference, and great to be here at the inaugural commercial one. My sort of background has covered personal lines, commercial, a lot really over the years. And today I'd just really sort of like to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in the insurer market and the strategies that they're showing. So a few basic stats really. Size of the market, GWP, 17.3 billion predicted for 2016, so a sizable chunk of premium in there. Quite a lot of money gets spent, but quite a lot of money gets taken in as well. Few stats around 2013, property claims. I just thought this was quite interesting. Huge amounts of money is spent on liability, motor and injury claims. But I just thought I'd cherry pick this one out there and have a look at property and the impact that we have with the various weather events. It does affect commercial as well as personal lines. Interesting couple of numbers there, 1.5 billion total cost in 13, predominantly driven by, or the uplift in that is driven by the floods and the storms that we saw. That's what happens. But 8,237 pounds average cost per claim. That shows you how chunky some of those are. The next bullet point, the profitability piece, I think that's the killer really for us as an industry. Out of the top 20 players, only 7 in 2013 actually had a combined operating ratio below 100. That's a frighteningly small number in what's supposed to be seen as a profitable sector. Never before probably has there been greater access or more channels to how you can actually buy your insurance product. And just really as an illustration there, of course you've got direct with insurers, you've got brokers, we've got MGAs like Towergate, we've got trade affinity groups in there, bank assurance is in there, although not come through as strongly as perhaps was predicted sort of 5 years ago. And of course the rise of the aggregators now getting into the commercial space and being seen as a big outlet for selling commercial insurance and being used by commercial buyers as well. What's the insurer strategy on this? Really around trying to build those partnerships with aggregators, with websites, with the brokers to try and sweep up the volumes of this business. It's so transactional, it's so low margin. We've got to get slicker and quicker at dealing with these sort of customers. And very similar on the claims footing. Got to be much more self-serve in this area, much more auto-validation, reporting, far more desktop skills. These guys are tech savvy. They don't want 4 people turning up at a loss because somebody's broken into their small unit, factory, whatever it is, to find out what's happened with the loss. They want to be able to video stream that, get it down the wire, and the insurers can deal with it from the desktop, or indeed adjusters. So my sum up really on that one is, FaceTime, not phone time. They don't want to spend time hanging on the phone. This is a quick, slick business. Let's get on with it, and they bought the product out online probably. Let's deal with the claims online where we can. Again, sort of customers, entrepreneurs, far more tech savvy. So we're really back into that. What do we do for SMEs on claims? Let's get into that digital world. Let's really invest in it and invest in our people to work with that, because it does require some changes in the sorts of people that we do employ, I think, in the claims arena. It's easy to say that digital really is predominantly in the personal lines market, but that's translating so quickly now into commercial that it's absolutely essential that we're on the front foot. Okay, so why else is digital important? This is a survey, I hope you can see all the bits on that. The important bit to look at really on here is sort of the left-hand side, the blue and the sort of grey sections. This is quite a huge survey carried out by Accenture on across the globe actually, but it does give you a good indicator of where we are, and as we're supposed to be one of the leading markets in the world for insurance, it's probably a good indicator of where our customers are. 21% of buyers reading reviews of other people's claims experiences on commercial insurance. And that seems quite high to me. That's surprisingly high when I did this research. Yes, personal lines guys, but commercial as well. So this is where we've really got to be aware of what we're doing. I'm not going to whiz through every single one of those lines, but you can just see the percentages in the blue and the grey. They're the ones that have already looked online for what experience people are getting from claims, or intend to look online, which is the grey segment, when they next purchase. And that really does dictate how digital savvy we need to be as insurers and as claim service providers to actually make sure we're doing the right thing for the customer at the right time. Emerging challenges, right, there's one or two, I think, going on in the claims world. I just got to brainstorm up a few, my guys, and to be honest, I could have done probably another 5 or 6 slides on this. I'm not going to go through all of these, you'll be glad to know. So we haven't got time for that. But just really to set the landscape, you know this just as well as I do, or better than I do, of all the different competing challenges and issues that we have in the claims arena. Everything from product commoditisation, as we talked about, big data, flood commercial, question mark, not sure about that one, talent shortfalls, all the changes that are going on in the vehicle space, telematics, a greater connected world that we live in, driverless cars, just had the pilot in Greenwich. How quickly is this going to get to market? Are we adapting quick enough as claims organisations to manage and deal with the liabilities that we'll see from this and the changes? What I want to talk about is just on the top right-hand corner there, a couple of things that I thought perhaps might not be covered by our speakers later in the day. Nanotechnology and cyber risks, of course, sort of cyber risks linked to what I've just been talking about. But let's have a look at nanotechnology first. A hugely developing field. Don't know how much knowledge we've got in the room on this. Anybody know about nanotechnology? Anybody up to speed on this? Great, I can tell you anything like that. Anyway, no. So basically, the first question, what the hell is it? The simplest definition I could find is nanotechnology is the art of science manipulating matter at a nanoscale, i.e. tiny molecular scales. So it's a bit blurry, that picture, it's not your eyes, but I just thought it was a great example to sort of put it into context, really. Nano carbon tubes, whatever you want to call them, 100,000 times smaller than the human hair. And to put that into perspective, you hold up a human hair next to a house, that's the difference in size. So we're now manufacturing these things, and they are extremely useful molecules to have. I'll come on to why shortly. But there is a massive challenge around this. This is very akin to the very tiny particles that we see that cause mesothelioma and asbestosis.